Okay. Oh Lord. All right, you guys, I primed my eyes again. Same technique with the LA Girl Pro Concealer. The palette that we're going to be testing now is the Armed and Gorgeous palette. And let's have a look-see. So this has olive tones in it, it's got warm tones in it, and it's got a couple of shimmers. So let's just go ahead and hop into, I think for this set of palettes, I'm going to do a standard cut crease as opposed to the Halo Eye, which we did previously. So let's just hop right on in. I feel like Secure and Agent look really similar, especially on camera. Here in the pan, Agent looks a smidge darker than Secure. I kind of feel like it's a waste when you have colors that are super similar, but let's see how they perform. So I'm going in with kind of a dense fluffy brush. I'm gonna dust off the excess, even though I gotta say so far fallout has not been an issue, y'all. And I'm going to push in and then blend. And I'm focusing most of the color on the outer third because I'm doing a sort of winged cut. All right, that color kind of went away. Let's try again. Pack, 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 pack. All right, there we go. And then lightly blend the tops and into the crease. What is this? What is this? Oh Lord. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep packing and see if maybe we can cover. I don't understand this formula. I don't understand the things that it's doing. You blend, it disappears in certain areas. It sticks to certain areas. And then I'm like, okay, you know what, you want to stick to that area, let me just cover you with more eyeshadow. And it's just your girl is, I'm starting to reach slightly stress levels. I'm just going to take a clean brush and blend the edges. I'm not going to drive myself crazy trying to make this something. I'm going to take this Wet n Wild eyeshadow brush. I'm going to pick up Access. I'm going to use that to blend out the edges because it's looking a little dark. Okay, that's helping to blend out the edges, thank goodness. That Secure color was patchy, like. All right, I'm going to go in with Smooth Criminal first. I'm going to place that in my crease. Well, slightly higher than my natural crease so that it's still visible even when I'm looking straight ahead. And I'm just flicking that shadow out a little bit so that it creates a really nice lifted shape. All right, I think that's helping to cover up sort of that missing shadow, which we don't know where it went, but it went somewhere. But I think that helped a little bit, so I'm happy about that. I'm gonna go in with Prowl, which is a dark brown. And I'm going to place that in my crease as well, focusing most of that color on the outer third of my eye. And then whatever's left, I'm gonna bring into my inner eye corner and also take out towards the tail of my brow bone. I'm going in with a light hand. I'm tapping it in a little bit and then blending it out ever so lightly. So I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems with you, Armed and Gorgeous, okay? Like, I want you to do what you're supposed to do. Ooh, ooh, child, the patchiness. Okay, it's okay. Quite all right, we can handle this. I'm gonna go in with this Wet n Wild brush and the Access color and just try to clean this up over here. Try to smooth it out a little bit and really honestly cover the Secure color, that first color we laid down, because it just, well, you guys saw.
5 hours later.
Alrighty, I'm going to carve out my lid with concealer, which covers a multitude of sins. So I think that might be helpful. But I still can't get over that situation right there. All right, so with a flat brush, I'm gonna go into Guilt Trip and lay that all over the inner third of the eye. Really beautiful shimmers. Then I'm gonna go into Coin, and then I'm gonna continue setting the lid with that color. There's a little bit of fallout with the shimmers, which is to be expected. So just remember to tap off any excess off of your brush. And I'm just making sure to blend it into the inner eye corner. And last, I'm gonna go in with Classified to set the rest of that lid space where I placed the concealer. That's what we have so far. These shimmers are performing beautifully. I think it definitely helps to have a sticky base or to wet your brush prior to applying the shadow, but I think they're performing really well. So I'm happy about that. Yay! Alrighty, with a fluffy brush, I'm gonna place some of Agent, which we haven't used yet, on the outer third of my eye in a diagonal and just kind of fill up that gap. And I'm really kind of bringing it into the lid. Still minimal to no fallout when I'm using the mattes, which I really like. I do feel like this Agent color could be a little bit more pigmented. It's coming across kind of chalky, and as soon as I start blending out, it pretty much fades to nothing. I'm gonna go in with some Prowl just to deepen the outer third of that eye. I'm kind of giving myself a little bit of a wing and taking it all across my lash line. Okay, that's working. That's looking pretty good so far. For my lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with Top Secret, which is this olive sort of army green color, which I'm really excited about. I'm gonna tap off the excess, and I'm just going to stamp that on my lower lash line and see how it looks. Ooh, that is really pretty. I don't think I've ever done a color like this on my lower lash line, but I am here for it. That's really pretty. Yes. Okay. Surprise. Twist at the end. I'm going to go in with another fluffy brush, and I'm going to pick up Smooth Criminal, and I'm going to smoke out that green. So I'm popping this underneath the green ever so slightly and sort of smoking it a little bit lower. And I'm just connecting it to the outer third of this eye as well. And I'm gonna go back and intensify that green because I like that. So pretty. I'm gonna go in with Access for my inner eye corner, just as a base. And then I'm gonna pop VIP into my tear duct. Ooh, I'm gonna pop on some mascara and some lashes, and I will be back to give you my final thoughts on this palette. All right, you guys, so that is the eye look for Armed and Gorgeous. I actually really love it. I feel like I can say that some of the mattes apply patchy. They can be worked with, you can blend it out. Obviously you can cover it with concealer, which is what I did, but honestly, Top Secret, I'd keep this palette just for this color. It's so pretty. It's such a unique color. I don't have any green like that, and I think it's really beautiful. I do feel like when you first apply Top Secret, it's like so beautiful and so olive, but if you blend it out, it's gonna get darker. So keep that in mind. Has a nice range of transition shades. These two colors right here, they're a little too similar and they apply patchy, so that's going to be a no for me. The shimmers are obviously super gorgeous, and Access, which I used to blend out the edges right here, worked really great. I like the look that I was able to create with it, and I'm now going to move on to the last and final palette. I really can't believe that I'm filming 4 eyeshadow looks in one day, but hey, we doing it. So yeah, that's this look right here. Okay, so the last palette I'm going to be reviewing and demoing is Dark Magic, and this looks really interesting. I don't have anything like this in my collection, so I really want it to work out great. With a palette like this, I would probably want like one warm tone for like blending and transition colors, and that just isn't here. Got Potion here. What is this? Mojo. We've got Shh. This is just way too light of the transition shade for me. I don't know what to do with this color right here. So the eyes have already been primed and set with powder. I'm gonna go in with Shh, just to see, you know, I don't want to judge an eyeshadow by its color. Okay. That is nothing but Ash and Dreams. That's not doing anything. That's okay. Now we know. So that means I'm gonna have to go in with Potion, because I just need something that's, again, a transition shade. I prefer warm transition shades, or at least neutrals, but Potion it is. I'm packing it on first, and then I'm just blending it through my crease. It's looking a little chalky, a little powdery. It's a pretty color. Maybe if I pack on more, I can get the color that's in the pan. There we go. I'm just going to take this one pretty high up towards my brow bone, since I don't have a transition shade. Next, I'm going to go in with Inside Job, which is a deep, dark, foresty green. I'm going to pop this in my crease as well. And I'm packing it on first. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. So I'm here for this. Let's blend very gently. I'm going to take a plain brush and just sort of buff the edges of this shadow. Ooh, so far so good. So far these two mattes have been performing better than any of the other mattes that I've tried. That green shadow was beautifully pigmented. I don't even like green like that. All right, next I'm gonna go in with Mojo, and I'm just going to take another brush. I'm gonna place this lower in my crease than the previous two colors. I'm not experiencing any fallout. Listen, I don't know what they did with this formula to not have any fallout, except for maybe a couple of the shimmers, but I love it. I'm just going to darken the base of that crease ever so gently, because we got some good going on here and I want to keep it going. Looking good. Looking good. Oh, I'm so happy. Yes. I'm so happy with this, with these shadows so far. I hope it keeps going in this wonderful direction of ease of blendability and pigmentation. I mean, this is what I expected from the rest of those palettes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty so far. Okay, let me stop gassing myself and keep blending. I'm so happy. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Potion just to blend out the edges. Oh, you guys, this is what's supposed to happen. This is what's supposed to happen. They're supposed to blend seamlessly into one another. And it's happening. It's happening for the first time. And that's sad to say because this is the third palette, but oh, I'm so happy. So happy. All right, I'm gonna take a super small detail brush. I'm gonna go in with Temptress and add a little bit more darkness. This is gonna be a smoky, dark, foresty green cut crease. I can see it. So yeah, I'm going in with Temptress on a small detail brush for my crease. Oh, I'm in heaven. I did not think that this was gonna be my favorite palette. And I'm not saying it's my favorite palette, but it's performing the best. I'm just going in and buffing out that black line with some of Inside Job. I am so shook with how well this is performing. This tells you that I have really just kind of been like making do with the other palettes. Like, okay, you know, it's cool or whatever. But this is lit. So I'm going to carve out my lid with that same LA Girl Pro Conceal. Ooh, I like that cut. I like that cut a lot. So to start off, I'm gonna go in with Diversion on the inner third of my eye and just lay it over the concealer. And then I'm gonna go in with Trickery, this beautiful forest green gorgeousness. And then I'm gonna lay that all over the lid. And I'm blending it into the inner corner as well. It's not as shimmery as I thought. It's still pretty. Seems to be lacking a little pop here. This is what's happening. I'm just gonna show you guys when I try to pick up some color. It's kind of like too soft, so it's not really picking up the color, but we gonna do what we got to do. And I'm gonna bring this all the way to the outer third. And you'll notice I didn't take it all the way. I didn't cover all the concealer, and that's on purpose. I'm so confused about this color. It seemed, I mean, it's pretty. I just expected more, and it's kind of hard to use, but we're making it work. Next, I'm gonna go in with a super small detail brush, and where I left that sort of blank concealer, I'm gonna go in with Power Cut. I'm just gonna lay that over that concealer. All right, I am really feeling this look. I didn't get any fallout. Everything is looking nice and sharp and crisp. I'm so happy about that. The only thing that I'm going to change is I'm going to cover up more of the Diversion in my inner eye corner with the Trickery color. That's that green color that's all over our lids, just so it's a little bit more seamless. It'll still give it a little bit of lightness in that inner eye corner, but it's just blending a little bit better, I think. All right, so now I'm gonna take a super small detail brush. I'm gonna pick up the Temptress color, that's the black in there, and I'm just going to sharpen everything up. So I'm gonna outline the base of my crease first. Ooh, look how that makes that pop. I'm also gonna outline the green that's on my lid. Wow, I'm really loving the way this eye looks. Total surprise, didn't see this being my favorite palette or even my favorite eye look, but it's different. It's got some graphic liner going on anyway. So now I'm gonna work on the lower lash line. I'm gonna go in with Busted, that is this blue color, and just stamp that all over my lower lash line. I don't want no fallout, so let's tap off the excess. And then I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Mojo just to smoke that out a little bit more. I'm gonna place some Potion into my waterline. Ooh, ooh, green, smoky, gorgeous, goodness, I live. I'm gonna place some of Poof into my inner eye corner as like a base, so it's nice and bright. You could honestly leave it like that, it's so pretty, but I'm not. And then I'm going to pop Diversion into my inner eye corner with a little bit of Power Cut. So it's kind of like a gunmetal gray color, and I just dragged a little bit of that down into my lower lash line as well. And then, because I want to make sure to use every color in the palette, I'm going to place a little bit of shh on my brow bone. I'm going to pop on some mascara and some lashes, and I'll be right back. So strangely enough, I think that the Dark Magic palette is my favorite. These are not colors that I would normally be drawn to, but they performed so beautifully and they're low-key kind of popping. So I might start playing with more greens and more olive tones in the future. This definitely convinced me to try that. But overall, yeah, I really like the Dark Magic palette the best. So I think it's safe to say that there are some inconsistencies with the palettes. Some palettes are more patchy than others. Some palettes are smoother, creamier, and easier to blend than others. Most of the palettes, however, had a couple of shades in there that just were blending really weirdly, leaving gaps, leaving patches. It just really didn't make any sense, and I wasn't doing anything different than I normally do. So that is a little bit of a concern. I see myself maybe keeping one or two of the palettes, but I don't feel like you would need the whole collection. It's kind of tricky though, because you kind of need to try it on your eyes before you can decide if it's something that you like. I'm honestly torn, because even within each palette there were shades that I absolutely loved, mostly the shimmer still, because I definitely struggled with some of the mattes, and the finished product most of the time was beautiful and it worked because I worked it. You know, there are some people that just don't have time for that. They want to slap on their eyeshadow and keep it moving. They don't have time to sit there and blend and try different techniques, you know, for different shadows. So that is my review on this palette. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Please remember to subscribe if you are not subscribed already. And if you want to be notified every time I upload, go ahead and hit that bell icon down below. Click the checkbox and you will be good to go. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have an amazing day.